Alright guys, what's going on? It's David and we're going to be continuing Skyrim. Obviously now, before I actually want to start, there's a couple points I want to just address real quick from things I've been getting from, the previous week of comments and whatnot. The first is Cal. Now Cal wants me to get a special type of ebony mail, and it's a specific one where it already has a stack of properties on it already. The reason I'm not getting that is because I'm just doing my conjuration. Not conjuration, enchanting how it is, and then I'll just enchant my Daedric. There's no point in me getting the ebony because I don't care what I have for now. I mean, I could technically use that and save my Daedric and stuff for when I enchant it, but to be honest, I'd rather just not bother with all that crap and waste time on the playthrough until, I've got my enchanting done and sorting that out. Normally, it'd be an okay thing to do. It's a good suggestion to do anyway, it's just I don't want to do it because I just want to focus on enchanting my other stuff and getting that up and stuff. But otherwise, yeah, it's a good suggestion, but that's what I'm not going to do. I'm not doing it for the sake of, time, essentially, because I don't want to waste people's time with going, hey look, it's a piece of ebony mail that I'm going to replace very soon, so I've just wasted about an hour and a half of your time to get something I'm not going to use. So that's that. Second thing was mentioned was I should download mods. I'm not going to do that because every playthrough I've ever done, I've done it clean. So I don't want any mods, cheats, or anything like that when I do these playthroughs to make it the most legit as possible. Not that I'm going for a freaking record or anything like that. But, it's just to keep in context with what I do. I don't like, putting out playthroughs or anything like that where I've done anything different from how a vanilla playthrough would be. And also, since I'm on PC and whatnot, if I use mods, it's not fair to the people who are on a console who want to watch this and see me react to certain things how they did. It's going to be a bit different if, I'm going ahead and kill a wolf and I use, a conjured bow, for example, instead of, say, a lightsaber or a bow that does over 5 million damage and one-shots everything. It's just, that little breach of context. So I'm trying to make the gameplay as vanilla humanly as possible, so the only thing different obviously is me, my playstyle, and my character. So that's about that. And also, roughly for those people who are wondering, we're kind of about 70% done with the main story and stuff with how I'm playing. So that's that. We're about 70% done with the playthrough with what I wanted to do. We've done the companions, done the Dark Brotherhood. The main quest literally is got 4 or 5 quests left to do, somewhere around there. We've started the Thieves Guild now, so there's literally not a lot to do. And because of that, someone else mentioned, am I going to be getting Dawn Guard? I'll get Dawn Guard regardless. But probably the main thing that's in question is when you ask, are you getting this? It probably is more of an inferred question of, are you going to show this in your playthrough? Now this depends on when I finished with the Skyrim playthrough. If I've beaten the main game before Dawn Guard comes out, no, I will not throw it in there. At least not straight away anyway. I may later on, but I may show you it. But I'm not gonna throw it into the main playthrough, obviously, because I've already done it. So if I've beaten the game, no. If I haven't beaten the game, then I will do it. I'll skip ahead and I'll add like 10 hours onto the playthrough, apparently anyway, and we'll get to see a bit into that. For those people who do actually want to see it, I mean, if you don't really care, then I won't bother because there's not really much point. But yeah, that's about that. I'm not getting the ebony mail because as I said, I'd rather get my Daedric enchanted and whatnot and not waste time. I'm not doing mods because I'm trying to get it as vanilla as possible, the game, and prefer like that, to be honest, for the time being anyway. And I will play Dawn Guard. I'll show you it in the Let's Play if it comes out prior to me finishing. Now on Steam, apparently they have added horse combat, which I have been told by a little bird, who's not a little bird, they're actually a human being called Vic, and apparently it's ass. So I'm gonna try that out. Now I don't have a one-handed weapon with me at all. I don't know if it'll work with a staff. I still have Sanguine's Rose with me forever. But what I've been told is that you can't cast spells on horseback. I don't even know how you'd enter it, to be honest. Nope. Alright, let's get off the horse. Couldn't do anything with that. And let's try equipping a weapon. Now, will this work? I don't know. Maybe not. Well, it's not working for me as it is. Unless it needs to be a one-handed weapon, which kind of would make sense. But from what I've been told, what was in there? Let me get my conjured bow. That the mounted combat doesn't work that well at all. I might... Yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, I'm not even one of the people who was like, yeah, go get the mounted combat. Like, I don't need mounted combat in my Elder Scrolls game. Like, seriously, what is there going to be for me to attack on my horse other than random bandits that'll just get off and whoop ass anyway? And from what I've been told is that you can't use magic on your horse at all. That kind of defeats the object of my character to me. Not that I'm like a proper mage or whatever, but how do I get channel? Not that I'm a proper mage, but I cast, you know, the conjuration spells to summon, you know, even Nova, who's the Frost Atronach, or Eddie, who's the, you know, the fire one, or even just to cast my bow, because that would defeat the point of me having a bow just for horseback and adding the extra weight for about not even 2% of combat throughout the entire game, if it were to work correctly. You can use bows, from what I've seen, but I didn't even know how to actually, when do I go for this? Show on map. Like, yeah, I mean, I'll try and pick up a one-handed sword or something, see if that'll work, because I tried getting on the horse and clicking, you know, the fight option, which is, you know, the ready up, which is R, I believe, but it didn't work. I don't know, I even tried like clicking as if you were, you know, to do an attack or something, but the character's like, nope, not doing anything you say. Hang on a minute. Yep, it is R. I was right. Alright, I was getting a bit confused there. So anyway, back to what we were doing. For those people who don't know, well, I actually said it earlier, didn't I? We're doing the Thieves Guild now. We're going to get for a reasonable chunk of it through today. Maybe we'll finish it next week. And then it's just the main quest line after that.
So get off my back.
Where's Maiden? She down here? Oh, she's upstairs, isn't she? She's always upstairs. Hello.
I trust you have good news for me?
There you go.
This doesn't tell me much. The only thing that could identify Sabjorn's partner is this odd little symbol.
Yes.
Well, whoever this mysterious marking represents, they'll regret starting a war with me. You should bring this information to the Thieves Guild immediately.
Oh, really?
There's also the matter of your payment. I believe you'll find this more than adequate for your services.
Like 50 gold. Dwarven sort of... Well, it kind of just gives me the thing I wanted. I like how Talon's just like, yeah, don't steal anything in my store. And now, I don't know how a clue why it sounds like that, because it sounds nothing like that. But he does in this case. So before I go and talk to Brynjolf, I am going to... It might be an idea if I quick that bloody thing first. It's decent payment if you're into one-handed swords, I guess, but I'm not, so it's not that good for me. You ungrateful bastard, yeah, I know. Alright, shoot me in the face, but I don't use it, so... Actually, most of the rewards people are going to give me aren't going to be good for me at all. Unless it's a ring that gives me, like, infinite magic. Which isn't going to happen. Now, where is Shat? There you are. Now, what would happen if I got the sword and then got on Shadamir? So you put the sword away for no reason. Now we take it out again. Alright. So now we know that you can have a one-handed sword in combat. Right? So now you can swing. Alright. Now I need to find something to hit. For the time being, it's going to be you. Alright? So this is my little test. God damn it, I didn't want to do that. We do this. This is taking a lot of effort just to swing some man with a sword. And I can't go first person while doing this. Oh, this is getting worse and worse. Alright. So I can hit this guy like that. Yeah, I realized I just fucked that up, didn't I? So, you can... Hang on, this will give me a decent opportunity. Right. Fucking horse is so fiddly, it's ridiculous. Am I ever going to be able to attack this guy, or... Oh. Can you even attack over the left side? So anyway, console people, this is what you have to look forward to. Well, I hit them. It's not really having this much fun with me. I'm gonna get you. Alright, there we go. Managed to hit you. Hiya! Now, I can understand the appeal of this, because the idea of mounted combat, because for those people who played like Mount and Blade, then mounted combat is amazing. This is subpar at best. I mean, I can't do anything. I mean, I can understand, you know, holding your left hand for the reins, right? But not even switching to magic for the sake of it. Actually, that's the point. Can I even switch to magic real quick? I mean, oh yeah, I just forgot. You can't use magic on that. So, here I am, trying to hit guards, and this is it's kind of frustrating, to be honest. It's kind of fiddly. I don't really see the point in it being here. And this is what you have to look forward to if you haven't seen this yet.
Victory is yours. I submit.
Anyway, let me get off my horse and surrender. Oh wait, hang on. Hang on. I'll just save. I mean load, rather. How do I get there again? Escape. So, load. When I get out the city, auto Skyrim. And there's your little example of mounted combat. I'm not going to do it again, because that, quite honestly, is shit. I understand why they wanted to put it in, but if you do it right or don't do it at all, I mean, it sounds like an ungrateful bastard, really, and I know it does. But I didn't ask for it. I mean, me personally, right? I mean, I'm sure other people did, but it just didn't seem right to me.
Any luck with Sapphire?
Yeah, you're no longer in debt.
By the 8. You actually talked her into it?
Yeah, I did.
I don't know what to say. I didn't think anyone in Riften even cared what happened to me.
I care about you.
I was saving this, but I wanted you to have it. I thought I might need it if Sapphire came for me, but I don't need it anymore.
Alright. Potion of prolonged invisibility. Alright.
I have to wonder, what does the Dragonborn do once he's summoned by the Greybeards? Can the Thune be taught like any skill?
Didn't we already have this conversation? I'm sure I've already been there. Yes. Oh, I think they're just generally talking. But as I was saying, with the meta combat, you either do it right or you don't do it at all. Now, why do I say that? It's because if you never played Mount and Blade, right? Actually, I've got a video of Mount and Blade on my channel. And Boris is talking in this like big strong Russian. But anyway, Mount and Blade is horse combat. Actually put in, well, the game's main focus is on it, right? So I'm not bashing Bethesda for this much, right? But in Mount and Blade, how fast your horse moves in condition with what type of blade you have and the weight of that blade, and also your skill in that field, measures the damage when you hit them. You can attack on either side of the horse. You can, obviously you can't use magic, right? But you can use stuff like staffs, any type of weapon you want on the horse, if it says it can be used on horseback. You know, shield, blocking, and whatever. I don't have a shield, so I may try that later on, but so far it just didn't seem to have this meat that you'd really want, especially in a game like Skyrim. Even if it was in Oblivion, where there's, to me, more open world combat, it just seems like not really necessary to have in a game which is mostly focused on dungeon crawling. That's my opinion on it. If you wanted to know, it just doesn't seem that fluid. It just doesn't. I mean, that's why I say you do it right or you don't do it at all. I mean, you could have, I don't know, just started working on the Dawn Guard thing more. I don't know. Just, you know. I mean, if people wanted it, there you go, but it's not for me, of course. But, you know, I'm not to say that I'm the only one who plays this freaking game, of course. I mean, some people may enjoy it. I just personally don't. Maybe because I played the shit out of Man Blade. which has horse combat down to a T. It's amazing. Go and play Man and Blade. These shadowy figures. Feel like I'm gonna die. It's probably the ray of heaven coming down upon me and whooping my ass.
Hey, let's talk a second.
Who?
You're making waves around here. I like that. If you ever want to talk about anything, you let me know.
Alright, cool.
Come back and see me if you ever need pickpocket training.
Now, if I remember correctly, I had to go over. Do I go over here? Where the hell am I going, for that matter? Over there. Alright. You two having fun?
Word on the street is that poor Sabjorn has found himself in Whiterun's prison. How unfortunate for him.
Oh no, what an asshole.
Exactly. Now you're beginning to see how our little system works. Maven sent word that you discovered something else while you were out there. Something important to the guild?
The same symbol from Golden Glow was involved. Golden Glow? There we go.
And this is beyond coincidence. First Arangoth, and now Sabjorn. Someone's trying to take us down by driving a wedge between Maven and the guild.
Why do you have a glass weapon? I'm just curious.
Mercer thinks he knows a way to identify this new thorn in our side. He wants to meet with you right away.
Alright
And
then.
if I were you, I'd hurry. I've never seen him this angry before.
Talking to the newbie. Speak to Mercer Frey. Alright. Well, I kind of wish they just put this automatic continue story arc thing on there. That's just a little thing. It's probably a mod for it, to be honest. But as I said, vanilla.
Ah, there you are.
What the fuck is wrong with your
I
eyes?
consulted my contacts regarding the information you recovered from Golden Glow Estate, but no one can identify that symbol.
Alright. I found the same marking at Honningbrew Meadery.
It would seem our adversary is attempting to take us apart indirectly by angering Maven Blackbriar. Very clever.
Maybe we should recruit them.
You jest, but they've been able to avoid identification for years. They're obviously well-funded, driven, and patient. Just don't mistake my admiration for complacency. Our nemesis is going to pay dearly.
Alright, alright. How can we make them pay?
Because even after all their posturing and planning, they've made a mistake. The parchment you recovered mentions a Godjal lie. According to my sources, that's